visual point of view. So what's that about? Well, most movies, from Casablanca to Wonder Woman, are filmed in the third-person objective visual point of view. This means that the moviegoer is not a character in the film. So even though the guy sitting behind you at Endgame is dressed as Captain America and saying all of his lines, he's still not in the movie, if only he knew that. So then we've got first-person visual point of view, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It's never used in video games. That was me checking to see if you're awake. It's like always used in video games. We've all heard of first-person shooter, right? So that's first-person visual point of view. The viewer is a protagonist in the game or the show. You're making things happen. It is rare in film, though. My favorite example of first-person point of view in film is when you're at your friend's wedding reception and the videographer comes up to you and says, "Say something to the happy couple," right? Then when the bride and groom watch it at home later, they feel like they're reliving their wedding day. As a side note, that was kind of the closest thing we had to first-person visual plus first-person narrative before virtual reality. But we're just going to finish up here with visual point of view. Next, we've got second-person visual point of view. So if third-person means that the viewer isn't in the show, and first-person means the viewer is the protagonist in the show, what is second-person visual point of view? Think about it. You've got 1 foot in the world, 1 foot without. You're straddling those two worlds. The way I like to think of second-person visual point of view is that it's meta, right? You're very aware that there's a medium. So one example of this, like your attention can be brought to the fact that there is a medium in a couple of ways. Sometimes it's done fantastically, where the character turns to the audience and speaks directly to the audience, breaking the fourth wall. You guys have all seen that, yeah? And another way to do it is with the conceit that there's like a documentary going on within the show, like in The Office. That's also the case in Mario 64. So it's kind of a mind bender, but it exists. It's rare, but it exists.